Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and it's Paydirt review time again. And this time we're going to be reviewing a bag of Paydirt from the Gold Daughters, and more specifically, a very big bag of their Trough tailings. So I'm going to be pretty excited to pan this bag out because it has no guaranteed gold in it. It could have zero gold, it could have a lot of gold, because this is just tailings that other customers have panned out who visited their gold store and museum. So they could have missed all the gold, or they could have missed none of the gold. And we won't know until I pan it out. So I'm really hoping their customers miss a lot of gold so I can have some fun finding some. But for right now, let's just flash up the description, go to the overhead, and check out this Paydirt a little bit closer. As you saw, description really doesn't have that much information in it, at least not about the Paydirt itself. It does tell you that 10% of the proceeds of this will go to Blood Bank of Alaska, which I really like, and that there is no guarantee that you will find any gold in this, and that I don't like. It also tells you that these are tailings, but not any regular tailings. These are not tailings that they've run through their sluice and it might have missed some gold. These are tailings from Paydirt that has been purchased already, and somebody panned it out to get the gold, and it might have something that they missed. And I'm not really so sure I like this double dipping thing they got going on, but we'll have to wait to the end of this video to find out when I do the final review. For right now, let's weigh this up to see how much Paydirt you're getting, because it doesn't tell you in the description. It just tells you a bag of Paydirt, which could have been 1 pound, or this one, which is 11 pounds, 14 ounces, so essentially 12 pounds, which is 12 times more than I really thought it would be. I do wish it came in a nice bag. It's just a plain bag, but let's open it up, see what we got. It does feel like there's a bag inside of this bag. Move this out of the way. You can watch me struggle with the nuts. It is tied very well. They don't want you to get into it. So there we go. And bag inside of a bag. We'll open this up. Pour out some of this material. It is dry, which is one of the things I was worried about since this is tailings. Some dark material. It's a little damp. So I think I'm going to go dry this off and then classify it. And then we'll be right back and we'll check it for magnetite and things like that. So be right back. Okay, all done classifying, and that took a while. Not only did I have to dry it, but there's a lot of material here. And as you can see, the majority of the material either comes in the +10 or the -40. So you're either going to have some big rocks or some talcum powdered sized material. This stuff is very fine, very messy. And let's check it and see if it has any black sands in it or magnetite. Didn't really see any. This is really light material, as you can see. Not really anything in the -40. And again, not really too much here. We'll even check. Yeah, not too much in the way of magnetite. And it doesn't look heavy in black sands that might not be magnetized, but we'll have to see when we pan it out. And hopefully we'll find some gold when we're panning out. Since this is tailings, I don't really expect to find anything in the upper 2 classifications. I think all it's going to be, if I find any, in these lower 2 classifications. And it's still a lot of material to pan through, so about 6 pounds. And I better get started, so let's just go over to the panning station, listen to some music, and hopefully find some gold. finished panning everything out, and that was some fairly difficult paydirt to go through, but we'll talk about that in a minute. For right now, let's show you the gold I found. And I found gold in 3 classifications, which was actually kind of surprising. I kind of thought maybe just 2. So pretty happy I found it in 3 different classifications. In fact, the most of the gold I found was actually in the upper classification. So let's start weighing this up. We'll do -10 plus 20. 0.110. Not sure if these are going to budge the scale much. Yep. No budgie. There we go. 0.120 grams. Now this tailing bag of Paydirt from golddaughters.com was really Now this tailings bag from golddaughters.com was fairly difficult to go through. While it didn't have a lot of gold, it had a lot of material, 12 pounds of it. And it was very, very dirty, silty material, so it was pretty difficult to go through. So for a beginner, I would give this a hard. For an advanced panner, I would give this a medium. And even for an expert panner, I would give this a medium. Now for this tailings bag from golddaughters.com, this was yeah. Now for this tailings bag from golddaughters.com, it was a fairly difficult bag of Paydirt to go through. While there wasn't a lot of gold, there was a lot of material, about 12 pounds of it. And it was very dirty, silty material, so it clouded up the water a lot. And the gold is all really, really flat or tiny, so easy for someone else to miss, which is why it was in these tailings. Because of that, for a beginner panner, I would give this a hard. For an expert panner, I would give this a medium. And even for an advanced panner, I would give this a medium due to the amount of material you're going through. All right, finished calculating my ROI, writing up my review, and let's get right to it. This again was from golddaughters.com. It was their Trough tailings with no guaranteed amount of gold in it. In fact, they pretty much tell you that you might not find any gold in there. So luckily I did though. Not so sure how lucky, but I was lucky enough to find some gold. Now its cost was $40. Shipping was $16.10, so I spent a grand total of $56.10. Well, my secret shopper spent $56.10, and I reimbursed them. Now the gold I recovered, right here, 0.120 grams. And gold spot on the day that it arrived to my secret shopper was $53.39, making this gold worth $6.41, giving me an ROI of 11.43%, or on my scale, a 1.1. So really not a good ROI. In fact, it's pretty horrible ROI to be honest. So for fun factor, I'm going to leave it the same at a 1.1. While it was a lot of material to go through, and I did find some gold, just not enough to make it worth going through 12 pounds of material to get a 10% ROI. 11% to be exact, but not really worth it. For Paydirt description, I'm only going to give them a 2. Most of the description is just telling you about what they normally do with the trough tailings, not what the trough tailings really are, other than the fact that they're Paydirt that they sell to their customers. So they're getting a 2 for description. Quantity and packaging, they're getting a 6.5. 5 for quantity because they don't tell you how much material you're actually going to get. It'd be nice if they told you they're going to be shipping you 12 pounds because someone might not want to pan out 12 pounds just to get a 10% ROI. And for packaging, they're getting an 8. It was in a thicker plastic bag and then put inside of the burlap type bag. Wish it had an imprint of their logo or something other than just a plain bag, but that's what they shipped it in, so they're getting a 6.5 for quantity and packaging. And lastly, for customer service and shipping, they're getting a 9. 8 for customer service. They do reply, but it does take them a little bit longer, typically 2 to 4 days. So they're getting an 8 for that, but they are getting a 10 for shipping because both times I had something ordered through a secret shopper with them, it is shipped incredibly fast. So 9 total. Giving Gold Daughters Trough Tailings a total score of 3.9. So not a good score at all. And would I ever buy this product again or suggest it to anyone? No, never. I do not think this is a good product. And while it is great that they're giving 10% of the sales to go to the Blood Bank of Alaska, I think it's just double dipping. This is all material they've previously sold. So if somebody buys a $100 bag of Paydirt from them and finds $50 worth of gold, they've made money. And then they take those tailings that somebody just purchased, took all the gold out of it, and sell it to someone like me. So I just bought somebody's Paydirt that they essentially missed a couple flakes of gold out of. They're double dipping. They are selling the exact same Paydirt twice. Once to a customer in Alaska and then once to somebody they're shipping to. And while that's great for them and they make a lot of profit doing that, it's horrible for their customers. And they're only giving 10% of the sales to Blood Bank of Alaska, which equates to $4. This is something they've already sold. They've already made a profit off of. They're charging for shipping. So for the $40, they should be giving 50%, in my opinion, to the Blood Bank of Alaska. If you really care about these things, give 50% of it. You've already sold this Paydirt once. You sell it a second time. If you make $20 profit for just picking up a bag, putting it in a box, and shipping it out. That's what you made $20 for. And then you're giving $20 to the Blood Bank of Alaska. 10% is ridiculous when you've already made profit on this bag once. So no, I would not recommend this bag at all. I did like their little bucket of treasures. And maybe one day I will buy one of their bags of Paydirt if they ever put them back up on the website for sale, or if somebody I know happens to be going by their store and can pick up a bag. But this one, no. I'm just buying hand-me-downs that have no real gold in them. So that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Happy panning. And if you're not already a subscriber, think about hitting that subscribe button below.